Dr. Wood, part 2 of getting into another person's world. So, finished up the last video where a gentleman was upset. He didn't feel like he was being heard. So he has this problem. He has the problem. He had a serious back problem, and but he didn't even care. It's funny. Like, you think that, oh, they want to talk about the problem. They don't. When people are talking about their problem, that's not what they're talking about. What they really want someone to get is they want someone to get your feelings. So I'll give you an example. I mean, it's happened to me before in the past, and I'm just starting to understand as I get older. That I had this issue. They're like this is when I first broke up with my ex-wife, and they're just let it go, just let it go. I'm like, okay, I got it. I never thought of just letting it go. What they didn't, like, I want them to, they didn't say, I understand you're hurt. So they were trying to cheer me up. There's nothing wrong. I mean, we all try to cheer up our friends. Just do it. Come on, you can do it, do it, do it, do it. And I've made that mistake many times. I can't tell you how many times as a loving, caring person, as a father or whatever, and you're like, come on, just let it go. Get over it, get over it, get over it. Person can't get over their feelings until they get over their feelings. And sometimes they just want to be heard. So they'll tell you the story, and I was telling the story. The story's only there of why I keep someone. You ever have a friend who keeps telling the same story? Because they don't ever feel like they've been heard. What they want to be heard is not the story, but the feeling. Oh, you were afraid. I don't blame you. I would feel afraid too. Oh, you're hurt. Talk about your hurt. I don't blame you for feeling hurt. See, our feelings are authentic and true. When we tell someone not to feel their feelings, they get pissed off really bad, and they go, you're not listening. You're not hearing me. See, when someone's really on it, and they have a lot of stuff going on in their head, and they're upset, and they're scared, and they're confused, and they have this. So let me show you this model here. So when someone's having all these feelings, and they have all these thoughts, maybe I'm sad, I was hurt, I was heartbroken, I have all this stuff, and they make a story around it, and they have this feeling, and they have this feeling, and they have this feeling, and they have these thoughts, and it starts to create some weird behaviors. Maybe there's outbursts, maybe they're breaking stuff, maybe they're being reckless. All this emotion is like poof, it comes out into a behavior inappropriately into the world, and you're like, what are you doing, Jim? God dang, man, get your head together, and why are you doing drugs, or what's going on with you? The problem is we're not understanding what's going on under the surface under here. The drug issue, the behavior result is because they have this feeling and they have this thought, and it's going on and on and on and on, and they don't know how to share it. It requires a very powerful person to, you have to be calm. There's no, so if you're looking like, oh, he's a drug addict, oh, you're no good. That's see the space between these two humans? You now have judgments in this space. You have labels in this space. You're judging me. They can feel it even when you're not saying it. Now they don't want to share. There's no way for them to dump their garbage out. Because this person is pissed in the space, and it's a sacred space. The only thing that needs to bear there is, I love you, I care about you, I'm here to listen. If you want to help someone who's got serious problems, you have to be at peace in yourself. I mean, you have to really I really have agape love. I have unconditional love for you. Don't think. Don't be thinking. See, when you start thinking, you start putting prejudice, prejudge. I know what's going on in your world. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Get quiet. Get still. Look. Listen. Bring the love across. Bring forgiveness across. Bring understanding across. Bring compassion across to this person, because they're in a world of shit. And they don't need your judgments. They don't need you to rub their nose in it. They don't need you to make them feel more guilty. Trust me. They already feel plenty guilty, or they feel upset, or they don't feel like no one cares about them. Someone has to be the caring person in the room. This is what it means to be a leader, whether it's with your kids or you have an employee problem. You know, some employees' behaviors, they're acting up, they're doing stuff at work, they're sabotaging. You know what? Underneath, that person doesn't feel very good about themselves. They feel nobody cares about them, so they act up so they get attention. What no one's getting is, I'm sad. I don't feel loved and cared about. Does anybody love me? So then they do these weird behaviors up top. Everyone's disciplining the weird behavior, but if you don't get to the root cause, the driver, that they don't feel significant and they don't feel loved and they're guilt and shaming themselves, ain't nothing going to change. It'll stop for a little bit, but then they'll start up again because you never got to the root cause of it. Okay? So, this is how to negotiate, okay? So, and this, like I had in the other video, getting past no is how to negotiate. So you got this person like, blah, I'm gonna tear up this country, I'm gonna burn your house down, I'm gonna do all this stuff. You have to be there and not react to this. You actually have to receive it, process it, and just listen. Non-affect it. Do you know how still you have to be inside? Uri calls it going to the fourth floor. In other words, when I'm in with you head to head, it's like you and I are in the battle together. Second position, this is first position. This is I'm seeing you, you're seeing me, head to head. Second position is like someone on the outside looking in. Fourth position is you drop out of all that and like how would God see it? You have to have a clean head. You have to have no judgments, no thinking, nothing. You just got to be, I need to find peace right now. I need to get calm and get my emotions under control. Because once your emotions start going, it's like dropping a wedding ring in a pool of water and you panic. And the more you agitate inside your head, the more you muddy the water. So the brain becomes very cloudy and the clarity needed to see the wedding ring or the prize is missing. That's what happens with emotions. And the thinking goes, and you cloud the water. The brain needs to be still, okay? So how do you, so first of all, you need the awareness to recognize, shit, I'm losing my shit, okay? Someone's got to be the adult in the room. You know, I'm losing my shit. I need to go get my head together so I can listen. Listening makes the difference. Listening into what they're really saying. What they're saying is not what they really mean. They're listening for the emotion underneath. I'm hurt. Something happened to me. I never expressed this. I've never been heard. I feel so guilty and ashamed. Whatever it is, I don't know. Where do you go? That's why I talk about heart math and the deep breathing stuff. So if you practice, it's just like warfare, okay? Here's a gun. Go fight. Well, shit, you haven't been in a high battle situation. You're going to choke when you try to load everything. You haven't had enough practice of shooting the gun in low-level environments and medium environments. Your training isn't up to the level of, here's a high stressful situation, get peaceful now. Shit, I can't even get peaceful sitting in my freaking car. Okay, so you don't even know how to self-soothe. You know, as babies, we're supposed to learn how to soothe ourselves, not always rely on mommy or daddy or the pacifier. Or a cake or something shoved in your mouth or a cigarette or something, hand to mouth to pacify ourselves. Or an activity to distract ourselves. That's why I like deep breathing, because you need to breathe anyway. I also like the eye drills, because you need to see in the room and learn how to become present in the room. Practice this. Whether you are the leader coming in to help someone in the shit, once you get them out of the shit, you got to teach them how to self-soothe so they can calm down, so their emotions don't take off and run over and they keep running into a severe emotional and feeling state like before. They're going to run back into it, but you got to learn how to start talking them down from the ledge. The skill you start first is deep breathing. You need to practice yours. Practice a little bit every day. Learn how to calm yourself down. Learn how to get the awareness like, I'm losing my shit in the car with my kids. Deep breathe. So this way you can listen. The brain doesn't muddy the water, so you can see the prize, the wedding ring, or whatever it is that you need to see. Next is, what is the goal? For me, in all my relationships, it's not about me being right. My more concern is that me and my daughters have a relationship. It's not that I'm smarter than her. It's not that she's stupid. It's, I want the relationship, yet still deal with the problem. That'll be another conversation on a different one. But I want you to continue to look at this matrix of, here's the results, here's someone's life, here's the behaviors. If you try to change the behavior modification, if it's a drug problem, or they're acting out, or they're keep getting in trouble, or they keep getting pulled in DUIs, multiple, behavior modification doesn't work. Consequence from here doesn't work. You got to get to not what they're saying, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. You get to their feeling, and you go, they feel heard. How many people feel heard? You talk to your wife, he doesn't listen. Husband talks to his wife, she doesn't listen. Kids talk to you, dad doesn't listen. Talk to mom, maybe she listens. But she only hears the words. What she doesn't hear is the feeling. So a lot of times women are better at it than men. Some women, not all women. But if you have problems and you got all this stuff going on, I haven't got my own life together, it's really hard to be there for your kids. Got to get your shit together first. And you go after is the deep breathing. Then we'll get into what I deal in my office with, or just my friends, is like, let's look at what you're thinking about yourself. Do you not like yourself? Write your thoughts down. Do you forgive yourself? Do you love yourself unconditionally? Are you being kind? Most people aren't. So when they don't think highly of themselves, they think they're a bad person. They're on a guilt trip. They did shit in the past. They keep thinking about what they did in the past. They have regrets. They think about it every day. They feel so guilty. They feel so ashamed. And then they don't want to talk about it. So they sit there and suffer in their own personal hell. And then anytime something good comes in their life, they turn it away. It's sad, but let's turn it around. Dr. Wood, trying to teach you how.